Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Aquaman and this is Aquaman on the Appalachian. On today's episode we're going to talk about the who, what, when, and most importantly the why of my thru hike on the Appalachian Trail. So please stay tuned. And welcome back. My name is Rick Stafford, and also known as Aquaman. Today we're going to be talking about the who, what, when, and why of the Appalachian Trail hike that I'll be doing in March. So let's go ahead and get started with the who. As I said, my name is Rick Stafford, but I'm known as Aquaman. And the reason I'm known as Aquaman is for the last 15 years, I've been a professional and international cosplayer in that role, or in that character. Now, for those of you who don't know what cosplay is actually the art of dressing up in typically a fictional character from any particular medium, and it's a way for a fan to show their appreciation of their particular fandom. About 15 years ago, because of my extensive background in and around water, and the fact that I looked a lot like the character from the comics, I actually took on the role, and that parlayed into me becoming both a professional cosplayer and an international cosplayer. So I was actually a paid guest. So many weekends I would actually travel around the world as Aquaman at different comic book conventions. So that's how I kind of got the name Aquaman, as you can see from the images. So now that all kind of changed after COVID, obviously, when conventions pretty much went the way of everything else and went to a standstill. So I haven't done a whole lot of conventions, but that wasn't my mainstay for doing the character. Actually, most of my work was done as a charity worker. So I would actually go to hospitals, special needs clinics, and schools and perform or be the character of Aquaman for these children in need. So that was actually my big reason for being a cosplayer. In the trips and the being paid to be Aquaman. And all the travel and whatnot, that was a great side benefit. So that's how I actually got the name Aquaman, because it's somebody I've done as a character for a very long time now. All right, now more about me and my actual real world background. Now, I am 50 years old. I'll be 51 when I actually get out on the trail, and I reside in Orlando, Florida. I love Orlando. The only problem is that it is a flatlanders area, so I've had to do a lot of extra training to get ready for this. But I have been conditioning myself for the last 4 years. Now, truth be told, I was actually born and raised in Kentucky, right around the Fort Knox, Kentucky area, and from there I spent a great deal of my childhood in and around the woods. So I've spent plenty of time in the woods. I was a Boy Scout. I did acquire the rank of Eagle Scout and spent a lot of time hiking and backpacking. So I've had plenty of younger experience, and then I had some other experience as I grew up. But I did get a chance to spend a lot of time in the outdoors and build my bushcraft skills growing up. So that was my childhood. As an adult, I've had many different professions. Everything from a professional firefighter EMT. I was a history teacher for both middle school and high schools. I was a shark diver for Disney's Living Seas at Epcot Center. I spent 13 years working in and around the water with sharks in their shark tank. And I've been a personal trainer and group trainer for the last 20 years. But my occupation now is that of an occupational therapy practitioner, and I specialize right now with both children and elderly, and I'm hoping to use a lot of the information that I get from doing the trail for several projects, including a couple of book ideas and for my dissertation towards my doctorate. So that is the who I am as of right now, and we'll see how that goes after the trail. Now let's move on to the what. Now, What am I doing? Short answer, I'm doing a no-bow of the Appalachian Trail, starting at Springer Mountain and making my way to Maine to Mount Katana. And hopefully that will take me roughly about 6 months if I'm able to complete my attempt. Now that's the short answer. Now the longer answer is I'm doing both research and observations along the way. And these observations are going to be for a couple of major projects that I've already got in the works, as well as towards my dissertation, towards my doctorate in health science. So that's the longer answer. So there is actually a goal from doing this, but the short answer is I'm just trying to be a thru hiker. So, all right, and that is the what. Now for the when. Now, when am I planning on doing my thru hike? Well, my goal is to actually start on March 6th. Now, my true plan will be to start getting to the Amicalola Falls area, or the base of Springer Mountain, on March 4th. That'll give me a day, March 5th, to go to the Amicalola State Park Visitor Center and check in with the ATC and get my badge, my thru hiker badge. And also, I want to hike from the archway through the staircase up the falls to Amicalola State Park Lodge. So that'll be on the 5th, and then on the 6th, I plan on starting at the base of Springer Mountain, at Springer Mountain parking lot, backtrack a mile, start at 0, and then make my way back to the parking lot and continue on from there. So that is the win of my attempt. And finally, let's get to the why. Now, each of us must have a deep underlying reason to take on any challenge in order to remain true and loyal to our goal when we're truly tested, both physically and mentally. And when we fail to stay attuned to our core reason, that's often when we find ourselves failing. So, a lot of people might say, it was a lifelong dream. It may be, it whatever it is. But for me, it's very, very personal. And my why is to help me memorialize my son. I lost my son. His name was Christian when he was 8 years old. He developed ALL, or acute lymphomic leukemia, and it took him from me in about 16 years ago. So I want to help memorialize him by starting on March 6th. March 6th is actually the day he passed away. So I'm hoping to replace a very negative and traumatic event in my life with a very positive and powerful reason. And to finish the AT thru hike will be a testimony to the strength that he gave me. So that is my why. I'm sure I'll hear a lot about different other people's whys along the way, and I look forward to sharing mine and hearing those. So hopefully this video was very informative, giving you a little bit of background about who I am, and I look forward to seeing a whole lot of you out there on the trail. And for those of you who are following me and subscribing, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me to help keep me motivated. And I look forward to updating this hopefully on a weekly basis. My goal is to do a video about every Friday between now and the time I leave in March. And I'll cover different topics such as my gear selection, my conditioning techniques, some of my background in my medical side of things. I'm going to try to bring that in to help other thru hikers and just people who like to hike and backpack in general. I want to talk about my nutrition and my thought processes, how I get into the state of Zen when I'm in a really bad place. So those are things that I want to share along the way. So those are going to be the upcoming videos, and typically I want to do Friday. Now once I'm on the trail, again, I'll be at the mercy of when I can upload. I hope to do a good job. I hope I entertain you. I hope I'll be a lot of fun on the trail for a lot of people to both be with and to follow at home on social media. So again, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that notification bell so that way you know exactly when I do drop my next video. And I'll see you guys on the trail. You guys take care.